This chicken tractor has to get done. We have a week left. These birds are getting huge and they need to go out on the pasture. Hey folks, welcome back to the Rockin' Sea Homestead. My name is Lance. I want to welcome you to our channel. And as you can see, the chicken tractor is getting completed. We have about a week before these birds have to go out on pasture, and they're getting big, and we just got to get it done. I've done some work, but you know, here in Oklahoma, it has been stupid hot since we started this project. And you know, it's one of those things where you know it's not needed to be done until a certain time, and you just put it off, and now it's got to get done, so it's going up higher on that priority list. So I'll show you what we've done on it, and we'll get it finished up. So this is a part 2 in a 2-part series on building this tractor. If you want to see how the frame was built and the cattle panels, I'll put a link up above, and you guys go check out that video. Kind of explains how everything was built, at least in that aspect. And what this is going to do, what this video is going to cover, is the how we're actually going to protect the birds over on the cover side of it, what we're putting on top of it, and how we're going to do the doors, and then drill the holes for the rope, attach the rope, and then this thing is going to be good to go outside. We just need to put a tarp on it, and then it's good to go. Oh, Mars stepped in and helped me a lot. I tell you, getting these zip ties on was a challenge, especially by myself, especially once you got a section on where you couldn't reach through anymore, because you know, I can only reach in so far here. So yesterday I was trying to figure out how to bend it and get it flipped in there. Marcy helped out, made it go way quicker. So thank you, babe, love you. But now since we got all the zip ties on, we're gonna try to trim these edges up so we can get our doors on and get one step closer. So I'm just going to use my angle grinder to kind of just clip off the edges here. So we're getting super close to being finished. We're just putting on our last door. And how I'm attaching these, so I just cut 5 feet pieces of this cattle panel, put the same hardware cloth as we did on top. Of course, we have to cut off all the zip ties still. And then what I'm going to do is take these, I don't know if you call them staples or nails or whatever they are. They're usually used for fencing. And we're going to attach it over the cattle panel into the wood, and then that's going to create like a hinge, and then that will be able to go up and keep it secure. All right, so we've got both the doors on and we're working on the tarp now. So I went to Harbor Freight and got a 5.5 by 7.5 heavy duty tarp. This is a 9mm weather resistant tarp. Now sometimes you may see these as a 6 by 8, but if you read in there in small print, it'll say hemmed at 5.5 by 7.5. So sometimes you have to be careful of that, because I know I was looking for some 5 or 5.5 by 7.5s, and I could only find 6 by 8s, and this is what it really was. So how we're attaching it is I'm using a 2-inch screw with a hex head, always. And I just got a little washer that fits in there. And as you see here on the first one, we just did a test fit, and it fit really, really well. So I'm just coming through here, making that nice and tight, and then when we get the other side, we can pull it and make it just a little bit tighter. So we're just going to work our way down and get all of them connected. All right, so almost the last step at this point. We're drilling some holes to put our ropes, tie them in, burning them off. So we measured this. It's 5 feet. We kind of got the center point, then we took half of that, and we're at about 15 inches, and then at 45 inches. And that's where we're gonna put the holes. That's what we did on the other side. Seemed to work good. So I'm just gonna try to make a mark here where I wanna drill, so it's nice and even. Yeah. Okay. All right, so I got the holes drilled, and I just found to drill big enough for the rope to go through. Other than that, there was no scientific effort other than that. And then I got some washers to go on the back side where the knot will be, just to help it from tearing up or whatever. I don't know if that will help or not, but it couldn't hurt. So as you can see, I have this, and I'm just gonna tie an just kind of regular knot. Then I'm gonna tie it again, do a little double knot action on it. And then we had taped these edges of this rope, because you know how rope is when you cut it, kind of starts fraying out, to get it through there. But I'm gonna actually cut this off, I'm gonna burn it, so it'll stay nice and good. I think the chickens may eat that, who knows. And this rope actually cuts really well with scissors. And another use for a blowtorch, you gotta love it. There we go. And then we'll just let that kind of cool down. And that side's done, and then we'll just pull out so much rope and do the same thing on that side. All right, so we're on the very last step, other than moving it, but here's the last step. So it's how to secure the doors to the main frame. And what we saw other folks do, who I got inspired by doing the same build here. Will you hold down and press that button down? There you go. Look at you. Okay. And so these don't have to be super, super tight, but they just have to be tight enough to where this isn't going to go anywhere, and they're secure. So we have one on both sides. And then now all we have to do is take this out in the field. I'm going to let it come out there, number one, just to get it out of the barn or in the shop. And then in about a week, the little baby chicks will go in here and live out the rest of their life in this little, their new home, so to speak. Chicken tractor is done. It's out in the field. If you guys notice, I cut this really, really short because I knew I'd have about 3 weeks for it to grow back, and you can already see it starting to grow back pretty good already. And by this point, we'll just run it back and forth all through here. And these little guys will have a great little area to dig in and grow up big and strong for us. But guys, thanks for coming along. I'm glad you stayed with us on this second build. We definitely do appreciate you guys coming and watching our videos. If you watch it all the way through, thank you very much. It's very appreciative. You know, we love you guys doing that. And if you haven't seen us on Facebook or Instagram, those links are down below. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, they'll be right down here. Click it, ring that bell so you get notified every time a video comes out. And from our homestead to yours, have a blessed day, and we'll catch you on the next video. Bye.